Hi everybody, this is Tina and welcome to Lovin' Life Friday. We are going to talk about some Loving Life layouts. And if you're brand new to my channel and you just started watching my videos, what Loving Life is, it was these kits that I used to create and sell, and they were called Lovin' Life kits. I'm a huge fan of Project Life or of pocketed scrapbooking. And what I would do is I would create these simple kits that you could purchase. I would create a single kit, which this was January single kit. So it looked just like this, and it went in a 12 by 12 regular layout. I actually used the kit for my title page for that month. And then the monthly kits were based on the same idea, except you got an entire set of already cut paper that would work for the entire month. I'm a huge believer in setting up your albums ahead of time so that you can very quickly drop those photos in and get that memory keeping done. So what I mean by setting up your album for the month is I use either one core kit or one designer series paper per month. So for instance, for January, I used the Seafoam kit. So that made it very easy in January. I just put all these cards in, I put in a title card, and then I was done for the month of January. The other thing that I found is I don't really like using an entire core kit for the whole year because that gets kind of boring. I start, feeling like, well, this is boring. I don't like it as much. But I also don't necessarily like using a different core kit or a different paper for every single layout because then it's too much. So I really feel like the really nice in between for me is each month I use something different, either a different core kit, a different set of designer paper, whatever that is. And then I can coordinate that entire month and I get to play with, one set of paper or one core kit, and it keeps it fresh for me. And then I'm done, and then the next month I usually want to change it up. I want to do something different. I want to play with some new products, that sort of thing. So for Loving Life, what I've decided to do is, since I do not sell those kits anymore, I quit creating those kits and selling them. What I do like to do is share with you guys at the beginning of every month, the first Friday of every month, I like to share with you what I would use for the entire month if I was still doing those Lovin' Life kits. And what you're looking at right here is an album that I'm actually doing for my mom. I'm doing this as a gift for her, and it's the past Loving Life kits. That is originally what I was going to do with all of my Lovin' Life kits anyways. For the monthly kits, is I was just going to put them into an album as a gift for my mom. So I actually promise you guys I'm going to start working on my mom's album next month. So in the month of August, I'm going to start really focusing on her album and figuring out what I'm going to do. I'm going to purchase a new album. So this is just an old album that I had on hand, and I'm going to purchase a new album, and then I'm going to do a title page for her and then really jump in. So you can see that in January, I used the I Am Me paper from Stampin' Up. This will all be Stampin' Up paper. That is the whole idea. I love our designer series paper. I think it's very easy to put things together like this because it's simple and everything coordinates, so I can very easily find other paper or embellishments, ribbon, that sort of thing that can go with it. So what I do is, for my mom's album, instead of doing 4 pages per month, that's about what you would have for if you were doing a weekly Project Life, I do 2, and I think that's enough pages to do an overview of kind of the kids and our life and what's going on without it being too much, because this will be a scrapbook, a Project Life book, a memory book about our family and the grandkids and that sort of thing. So I just do 2 spreads, and I will have dividers. I'm going to purchase dividers, so I'll have the January through December dividers. And then I will also have a tab that I will create next month. I'm going to show you guys all these small little details I'll be doing for her album. So I will create a tab that will go right here that will say 2014. That's the year we're in, 2014. And then next year when I do this, because this is a gift that I plan on giving her every single year, it will have a tab on it that will say 2015. And the idea is that she'll just place the next year in this album. I think she'll be able to get 2 years per album. I think will be about right. So I'll do the title page and then I'll show you how I create the tab. So for January, I used I Am Me paper from Stampin' Up, that's retired. For February, I used Retro Fresh, which is retired. For March, I used Celebration paper. It was called Sweet Soiree. That is retired. For April, I used, I don't know what this was called, but it's retired. It was in our old catalog. For May, I used a Project Life core kit from Stampin' Up. It was the Everyday Adventure kit, and I went with a color scheme of Bermuda Bay and then like a pumpkin pie with a little splash of pink. So then in June, which was last month, I used brand new Park Lane designer paper, and that was for June, and I just chose those 2 designs. So for July, what I'm using is I'm using this Sweet Taffy designer paper, and that coordinates with Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, Old Olive, Pumpkin Pie, Rich Raspberry, Tempting Turquoise, and Whisper White. I specifically chose this paper because it's very bright and fun, and it just really reminds me of summer. And let's just zoom in so you guys can see. Before I show you guys the layouts, I'll show you the paper. And for the month of July, Stampin' Up is offering buy 3 designer papers and you can get the 4th one for free. So it's buy 3, get 1 for free. And I love that. I've stocked up on all of my designer papers that I love, so that I have them. I really love this one, the stripes. My camera will focus in just a second. There we go. These colors are really great for summer. I feel like they're just very bright and fun and just remind me of playing outside with the kids. This really reminds me of water, the kids playing in the pool, that kind of thing. I love the big polka dots, and I love this hexagon design right here. So you can see that there's lots of options. This would be really fun for a full 4 weeks, and it would give you lots of really fun options. I love this, the orange. So that's the designer paper that I am going to use. So for July, this is what I've chose to do. I did the stripes for the first set, and what I would usually do for a Love and Life kit is I would do 2 6x6, or I'm sorry, 6x4 cards on each layout, and then I would do the 3x4s in the middle, and I would do a total of about 4 spreads. If there was a week that was longer, some weeks, you know, we'll have 5 weeks, and I always took that into consideration. And if it was a week that had 5 weeks, I designed 5 spreads. So I would always do 2 4x6s, just because sometimes you need a little extra paper or you don't always have enough photos. So I would try to make sure that I did that. And then the 3x4s are right there in the middle. So then the next page that I did is I went ahead and I did the yellow and the Melon Mambo color. So this is the yellow, and then I did the polka dots, and then this Melon Mambo pink design, and I really love that. It's really pretty. It goes with the pink. The pink goes with the yellow, and the polka dot's really nice, and it's that little pop of color. And then for this particular spread, I also did this insert, which this is a Design E insert, and it is 4 6x6 squares. And this is one of my favorite inserts for Project Life. I really feel like when I don't have enough photos, it comes in really handy because I don't necessarily need, you know, 6 photos or 5 photos. Like I can just do 4 photos, or I don't even have to do photos. I can do something else that's fun. I can do a fun coloring insert, or something that we've worked on, or somewhere we've gone, receipts, tags, anything like that that's a little bit extra. So the reason I did this insert is actually because in July we are going to see my mom and my grandma, and so we will have, obviously we'll have photos, extra photos of that trip that I will obviously want to highlight for my mom's album especially. So I just did the yellow and the polka dots, which it ended up working out really nice because this was just one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Since it's double-sided, it works out nice. So I just rotated the designs on each side, and then I don't have to do another full 12 by 12 piece of paper. So it kind of saves me on paper there. So this will be an insert right here. And again, you guys, I am going to dive in August, and I'm going to really start working on this. So I'm going to start getting photos printed and dropping those in. And then I'm going to show you how I put the title cards together. I'm going to show you how I put the tabs in here. I'll have the album that I'm actually going to use for her, and I'll really start dropping in all of those things that I need to drop in. So again, I only do two layouts now since it's for my mom's album, but I can share with you. So I did the polka dots and yellow, polka dots and pink for that week. So then the next one I would do is I would probably use this because it's fun. It has a lot of the different colors. I would probably do this one, and then I would do the orange. So I would do 2 title cards in this, and then I would do 4 3x4 cards in the orange, and 4 3x4 cards in this design. So that would look really lovely together. And then for the very last week of July, I would want to do something a little bit more. I would probably do this again. So then I would do 2 4x6 of this because it's white and it kind of tones it down a little bit. And then also it has some green in here. So then I would pull in the green polka dots, which, all right, I'll find it here. So I would do the green polka dots, and then probably this and the 3x4 as well. So 2 4x6 of this for the last week of July, and then 4 3x4s of this, and 4 3x4 4 3x4 cards as well in the middle, and that would really balance it out really nice. So you can head right over to my coordinating blog post by clicking right on the URL up top on this video. That'll take you to the coordinating blog post, and you will be able to see photos of this. And then I'll also go ahead and do photos of the last 2 weeks of July if you're just following along. Like if you would just like to follow along and put together 4 weeks exactly how I have them laid out, then there'll be photos on the website to show you guys exactly what I would do. So thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out with me, checking out what will be my mom's album. Again, next month I'm going to dive in and really start working on this and sharing with you guys some more tips and putting together this album. And then I will be back next week with some fun projects. So thanks guys for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you later.